Hey everybody, welcome back to another chess video with me. Today we're going to be doing some puzzles, captures, attacks, checks, anything like that. The three main things. Looking for wins, winning pieces, stalemates, or just endgames. If you have aim chess or you want to try aim chess to help improve your game based off of games you've played before and your style, download Aim Chess, try it for a month, use code Hokie30 for 30% off. My Instagram is HokieJoe17 and my Twitch is also HokieJoe17. Without any further ado, let's jump right into some puzzles. So as you can see, we've got our first puzzle up here. It is black to move. Let me make sure you guys can see the whole board here. Okay, yeah, you got it all. Alright. So black to move, and it looks like we might be going for a checkmate of some sort. So I think it's check here, right, and then we're going to check here, and as a checkmate. Now if we missed it, the reason why we give this check here, and it looks like it just sacrifices a pawn. If the king takes, the queen comes down, and if the king is here, then the queen is controlling all of these squares, as well as all of these squares, and this pawn takes over this square. That is checkmating the king. Now, the pawn check, and he doesn't take, he goes here. So you have to try to force him to go here, because right now if you go queen here, then you're just losing your queen for free, and you're essentially just losing. You've lost the game. But we've, another forcing move for the next check, forcing the king to come down, and checkmating him here, because the king covers this square, and again, the queen covers here and here. And that is one puzzle. We'll go to the next one here. Alright, so this pawn is attacked by the queen, the rook, and this bishop. The pawn cannot take the bishop because of the rook's attack on the king. This is a checkmate in one. Now, look, this is attacked 3 times. You're in a lot of trouble if you don't do anything. But we have this pawn, this H pawn, which is controlling this square with this queen. And when the queen gets here, it covers this square, and it continues to cover this square while also hitting the king. And then that would be a checkmate in one. Alright, that was a good puzzle. Our next puzzle looks like another attack here. This one's a little bit more difficult. Let's see. What can we do? What's my opponent threatening? My opponent is threatening maybe eventually to take here. They have a pawn majority on this side. Let's see. Our queen can give this check, but then the king just comes here, which is not good for us. We can go rook here, but after takes. Then again, the king just comes here. And if we give this check, then we trade queens, and it's not good for anybody. Let's see. We don't want to trade the queens because we're down on that side of the board. We don't have much movement on this side because of the 2 rooks. Let's see. Again, I don't like this check. I could attack the queen again. I could... Oh, we can try this. Actually, this might be it. Now look, now the king is here. This queen can come here, and it's checkmate because the queen will cover all these squares, all of these squares, and all of these squares with the rook covering all those squares. And it ends the game. And if the king had gone here, same thing, because the queen would then cover all these squares, all the squares down, and all the squares over. I saw that after saying it was wrong. This is a battery. So the king lined up with the queen, rook comes over, takes, and then let's see. So now we have the rule of the square. Can this pawn make it before this king makes it? Let's see. Let's count the squares. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we take 5 moves to make a queen or a rook. And only take the king 3 moves to stop it. So we have to move our king up with the pawn. And get opposition. the king is forced here, our king goes here, and after the king comes up here, then we push the pawn once, the king is forced here or here, we slide the king to get opposition and force their king out of the way. Now for our next one here, let's see what we got going on. This knight is attacking the rook. The only reason the knight, okay, let's see. So this is attacked twice. So this move is forced, otherwise checkmate was right there. Let's see. So we need to find a way to remove the rook. Let's see. If we take here, rook takes back. Nothing good there. If we put the bishop in the way, and queen takes, not good. If we, let's see what else can we do. If we move this rook here, and the queen comes down, or moves over, either way. Let's see. I think, oh, so this bishop is going to go here because nothing can attack the bishop, and it's attacking this again. Okay. Oh, no? Okay. Well, let's try again. Let's see if we can find something else here. Maybe, oh, it's just rook here? Okay. I don't see why that's right, but you know what? It said it's right. So we'll take what it says, I guess. Let's see. What do we have? Ah, we can win a piece here. Ooh, no, it's dangerous. Because if we check here, no, that's not a check. If we take here, then queen takes. Ah, but then knight takes. Okay, okay. So the point is, we take here, and after the queen takes here, we take this bishop with check. So this king is in check, and they're forced to take, and we take back, and we're getting, so we're taking two pieces, and they're only getting our queen. So this is good for us. And that way, now we have, as you can see, we have two minor pieces, while my opponent only has one, and we have two rooks, and my opponent has two rooks. So we're up the minor piece, which is always good, especially when you trade queens. Okay, my opponent is trying to kick the knight away. Kicking the knight away here is probably alright. It doesn't hurt anything. I don't know if this exactly threatens anything. Let's see. Is there a, let's see, if we here take, here, goes back, knight here. No, it gets taken. I'm going to try this anyway. Okay, it's right. I'm going to go up or over. Up, check. Yeah, it's got to be here. Oh, I see. Okay, so the rook and the queen are lining up on this one. Sorry, that's not how a queen moves. Like that. Yep. Okay, and it's forced over. And then we can move this knight out of the way to whatever desired square we may go to. Of course, if you go here and bishop takes and the king's here and rook takes, then my opponent's in a much worse situation because if I go here for free, it's checkmate. Okay. Let's see what we've got going on. Opponent is threatening to mate me right here. So I have to play something forcing. Threatening to mate me while attacking this at the same time. I believe this is a queen sack. let's see here. Let me get this out. I believe this is because this bishop covers all this. I think if we sack the queen here, pawn takes, and bishop takes this checkmate because it hits here. And nothing can take it, nothing can stop it. So let's try that. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Bishop checkmate, queen sack. Covering all the escape squares and nothing can take the checking bishop. Let's see what we've got here. Let's see. I want to go rook here. Rook there, bishop here, take. No, it doesn't work. If I go bishop here, if the king comes here, I'm just in trouble. So I can go here, but it doesn't do any good. This one's a doozy. So we'll try this. Of course, I was wrong. Maybe it's this. Nope, it's still not that. Oh, it's here. Yeah, because now we are threatening to go here because it's cutting off this square. So we can go here. After checking here, it goes there. Trying to give it room to escape, but you can't escape it. The bishop cuts off this key escape square, and the rook cuts off that one. Can't believe I missed that. Alright, we're just going to take here. Nope. We're going to push this pawn. Nope. This pawn? Okay. And then this pawn. And we create a pass pawn. And we make a queen. Alright, the point is, you don't want to have to move your king this way when you can move a pawn here. So we take first. Okay, and then we move our king up instead of that. Because you want the win. Alright, knight takes. Let's see. Unfortunately, that is awful. Because this knight is covering this square along with this queen. So while that looked like a free pawn to them, it is actually losing by force. Now what is the sequence? The following sequence. Oh, we go here, and we take the rook. But if we, and then we take the queen, or not the queen, but the bishop. And this comes with a check and a fork of the knight. And there's no back rank issue because the rook covers, meaning we go up a piece through a very nice tactic. Alright, so this is a key square. So we have to get our queen to that square, right? So we've got to sacrifice some material here to get our queen up here and in for the checkmate. In case you missed it. So we know that the pawn covers this square. We know my opponent is threatening to checkmate with the double rook combo here. So every one of our moves have to be forced. So you give a check with the rook. Again, this square is covered, and the rook covers here and here. So the king has to take it. And then our queen comes in, and it is now covering all of these squares, forcing the king to come here. Again, this covers, and then queen there is going to be checkmate. All right. So what's the threat here? I believe this is rook here. After rook takes, it's a rook check. Rook goes back. Queen check here. Makes the king go here. Rook takes mate. Let's see if that's right. Immediately wrong. Okay, what if we go rook here? That's also wrong. What if the queen takes? Oh, it's queen takes. Okay. Okay. Well, that makes sense too. Someone will tell me why it didn't work. Let's see. It looks like the opponent is hanging a bishop, but opponent has also almost hung mate. Actually, they did hang mate. So this is going to be rook sacrifice after bishop takes, queen here, and then queen blocks, and then queen takes, and it's just mate. The pawn is cutting off the key squares here. Queen comes in, hits the rook, or hits the king. Sorry, I was looking at if there was any other way to here and here. Alright, so now we have a very tough position to look at. If the king moves up, this king is going to come in and start to try to take this. But if the rook comes over, then this pawn is going to be pushed. However, if we give a check, it's mate. It's just checkmate. Yeah. King cuts off here, here, and here, and the rook cuts off everything else. Checkmate. Alright. A very big problem here for my opponent. If I give this check, the bishop takes. If I go rook here, you can go here. But then here's mate. Okay. Let me make sure everything's good. Yep. Nice. Is it it's equivalent to a ladder mate? The rook's cut off both the back rows, not allowing the king to go anywhere. This bishop move was a blunder because it didn't allow this to stop this rook. Alright, we have a hanging rook. We have a hanging rook. Only issue is their hanging rook comes with check. Mine comes with checkmate. They're also hitting this pawn, which is protected by my queen. However, there is a smother mate. If this square to this square get covered, almost. Almost a smother mate. This square is one that has to be covered. Because if the knight goes here, let's see. I don't know which move comes first. I don't know if it's knight check or queen take check. Okay, it's that move. I'm gonna go here. I really want to go knight here. Check. Discovery, pinning the bishop. I don't think it works quite yet. Let's see. If queen takes, king moves here. It's not good for me. I don't need the king there. So maybe this? Yeah, okay. Okay, alright. So let's force the king here. Which would normally be good, but this is still in trouble. Let's see. Oh, queen takes. Checkmate. Yep. I saw this because I saw that once the queen takes, this bishop is gone. And this knight is hitting both this square and this square, where the rook can come up, and it's defended by the knight, and the knight cuts off this square, and the rook checks the king, checkmate. All in pattern recognition. Alright. This rook cannot move because it is pinned to this. It is being pinned by that. Let's see. We have a queen check here. We have a queen check here. We have a rook check here, which is no good. We can capture this pawn, which is no good. I think it's either this queen check or this queen check. Let's see what happens in each. If we check here, this pawn can come down, which is not good for us. If we check here, the king is forced to move either here or here. And if the king moves there or there, what do we have? We have another check here and another check here. So let's assume queen here, king here, queen here, check. The king can only move back here, which would then come to this check, to where the king comes here. But then this is attacked again. So let's see which way it goes. It doesn't go either way. It's wrong. Okay. Neither of these checks are right. I know that's not right. Is this here to defend? No. It's not that check. There's gotta be something though, right? Check. Nope. I know that's not right because it gives up mate. How is that? Oh, it's here. Of course, that check. Alright, so now we have this check and this check. This check, king comes up. No, it wouldn't because it run back into this check, and that's actually mate at that point. So if this check, oh, that's actually the right check, huh? Yeah. And that's mate. Queen cuts back, slices through, cuts off this way, cuts off this way. That's checkmate. I missed those moves. It's alright, we live and we learn. It's all good, it's all good. So I want to give this check to where rook takes check and win the bishop. Oh, or you just don't take and let's see. What do I do in the case it doesn't take? Do we just take the rook? I don't think taking the rook is right. No, we take the bishop still. Because our rook was covered by our bishop. Alright, what have we got? We've got a rook check here, which will pull this. And then after queen here, it's mate. Let me double check. Because if I take, then the king runs here and escapes and gets out and does whatever. But if I give this check, this bishop covers here, and the queen will hit here, and that is mate in 2, because the queen will come over, but just get taken. Oh, or come down. That's fine too. It's still mate. Let's see here. Alright, so we can check here. We can check here, which is actually just mate 1. This move is missed a lot because a lot of people won't look in the corner for a queen spot. Seeing that it cuts off this whole diagonal here, as well as the back rank, and the rook is helping cut off the back rank, not allowing it to run anywhere. What do we got here? You could win a piece, I guess, with oh nah, it kind of works. If rook takes and either queen or bishop take, then bishop takes, queen takes. We'll try it. I'm right. Wow. Why did that work? I couldn't tell you. But it did, and that's all that matters. Alright, what do we got next? Okay, we've got check here. So if I take this, there's a check here. I come back, the queen comes here, And then what? So I take this. Right, we knew that was coming. I can't go up. I could, but it's inherently awful. Let's see. Back is the safe way for the king. Let's see. Up is just always bad. I think up is just always bad. If I go up, the queen can come here, or you check me here. Knight takes. Let's see. I think the problem with down is it's almost a guaranteed mate, because you come here, and I've got no way to protect this square and this square. Oh yeah, I do. I have bishop here. Let's try that. Down, bishop here. All right. All about defense. That was good. I was about to not make that move. All right. This one's pretty easy. The queen and the rook are both attacking this square. I want to say it's queen takes, but I'm pretty sure this is rook take. And then if king here, then I think just take, and take. And if king here, I just come back down and mate. Okay, well, you chose the worst of the two options. Yeah. If you went up, it would have been a little bit closer, but went down instead. It worked out. Let's see. What do we have going on now? We have a bishop check here to here. We have a queen check in this corner. We have a rook check here. That essentially does nothing. Oh, actually, it is going to be queen here, and then queen here after king here, and it's mate. Yeah. Again, it's slicing through while cutting off the back rank in this side, working with the rook. We're doing good. We're doing good so far. Not too bad. What have we got here? We have a bishop check is blocked by a bishop. That's all I see. We have a knight move that could lead to a fork. Oh, we do have a knight move that could lead to a fork by force. Yeah, actually. Let me take this. And now we're up the rook. Very good. Of course, we may lose this in the future. You could always go here. If here you take, yeah, you can get that knight out. And that looks like it's going to be it for today, everybody. So I hope you enjoyed 30 minutes of puzzles with me, Hokey Joe. Again, Aimchess, check it out. 1 month, Hokey 30, save 30%. Leave comments below, questions, concerns, anything like that. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.